James Brown was on that stuff, so he was high. He was turning it
Hey,
on in there.
hey, hey, wait, play that bass, wait, yeah,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the
James
hell?
Brown he was turning the studio. He was like I can't even tell you the equivalent of who he was like in the studio. Oh, another good one. You gotta know this one. You gotta know this one. You gotta know this one. Luther Vandross, have yourself a merry little Christmas and mistletoe jam. Them two.
Okay, okay, you named five. I'm gonna give you my five. Man, okay. Johnny Gill got one of the greatest Christmas songs. Johnny
Oh,
Gill.
tell me. I might have to go listen to that.
Uh, what that song is? Give Love on Christmas Day.
Yeah, love on Christmas Day. I don't know if I've heard that one.
Go listen to it. It's a classic. Ronald Isley got a Christmas song too. The whole matter of fact, go listen to Boys to Men Christmas Interpretation. That album is fire.
Boys to Men, any song they've redone for Christmas, they all on my.
That album, that song, Mariah Carey Christmas song. Of course, Silent Night got to be on there. Ooh, the emotions, like you said, that was on there. Destiny Child got some Christmas songs I like.
Oh yeah. Destiny
That
Child.
Christmas album was good. TLC Christmas album was good. Oh, I got another one. Outkast song.
Outkast had a Christmas song.
Yes, people don't. What that song was? Hold on, what that song was? Oh my, I can't remember. I'm an Outkast fan.
I'm an Outkast fan too, but I didn't know they had Christmas music.
Players Ball was a Christmas song. People don't know that. Players Ball.
Stop playing.
Remember when he said, "Today I won't be hanging my chimneys," or that? Basically, that song was about like an average day, because that's how they got signed to LaFace Records. They was like, their first song was, he said, make a Christmas song. They want to see their creativity, and they were just talking about growing up in the Atlanta ghettos, the trenches. Like, it's a regular day type shit. People don't know that was a Christmas song. Players Ball.
I ain't know that. I ain't know that.
We got Sleepy Brown on the hook.
Sleepy Brown. People sleep on Sleepy Brown. Sleepy Brown. That was yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of my Players Ball, man. Yeah. So that's my Christmas songs right there. That's my Christmas list. Yeah. So yeah, man. What you think the worst gift you ever got on Christmas?
Honestly, I'm appreciative of everything. So I think the worst gift I've ever got was no gift, and that's because I expected a gift from that specific person. I just got nothing, just nothing at all. You could give me a pair of socks, and I'd be grateful.
I was gonna say that was my worst gift, doing socks.
Man, I love socks. I love fuzzy socks, warm socks. I like all the socks. I like blankets. I like candles. I honestly, one time I got from my grandma. Grandma, I'm sorry if you see this, but I was still appreciative because it was a thought that counts. She got me some makeup. It was not makeup that I would ever use, ever. So instead of saying what, or I'm like, thank you.
So I was about to say, I don't want you doing your hair. I want your undivided attention.
I know, I'm done. It was looking a mess. I got it together now.
I mean, do you feel like Christmas is nothing but a marketing scheme to get people to spend money they ain't got?
Absolutely. I don't even celebrate Christmas anymore, if we're gonna be honest. I celebrated it up until my granny passed. After she passed, I do not celebrate Christmas
anymore. I feel like Christmas should be any day of the day. Now I get it represents the Savior was born, technically wasn't born that day, but hey, whatever the case may be, I'm a Christian.
Right, but I also say, even with the Savior being born on that day, what they got to do with us spending our last just to buy some gifts?
If you ain't got it, I feel like you should. Why would you wait the one day out the year to buy somebody some gifts? If you fuck with them and you love them, you should buy gifts throughout the year.
Say it to the people in the back.
And do you feel like Valentine's Day is another marketing scheme?
Yes.
To get people to spend money they don't have?
Yes.
Or to show fake love?
I agree to both, but I definitely feel like it's a pressured holiday. Sorry, let me do that real quick. Okay. It's definitely a pressured holiday that you forced to spend money. You forced to acknowledge people that you might have been getting ready to break up with, but because it's Valentine's Day, you don't want to you don't want to be doing nothing, to hurt their feelings or whatever. I don't like these holidays because they breaking banks and breaking hearts.
I mean,
You gonna feel lonely on Christmas and Valentine's Day if you ain't got nobody. I feel like you have a higher suicidal rate on Christmas and on Valentine's Day because you feel like you're supposed to be with somebody or family or something and you ain't got no love.
When I look at it like, bro, you let one day make you want to delete yourself. Yeah, say delete yourself. I don't want to get banana, but
yeah,
if you want to delete yourself in one day, bro, you gotta get some high self-esteem, bro.
That's true.
You gotta get really self-aware, man, because bro, one day ain't nothing. And them people that be taking pictures in the pajamas and shit, how you feel about that? These family post pictures on the internet, on Facebook, on Instagram, and want to show off the world. I just feel like that's phony to me. Why you gotta post it on the net though? On the internet?
I can't say too much because I would love to get to the pajama stage, but there's no pressure on that. I feel like it started off as a good gesture when it first became a thing, and now it's like a goal for people. Like, I gotta do it, and it can be a little cornballish. I'm not gonna lie, it can be a little cornballish, but I don't judge nobody for doing it because I think it's cute. I do think it's cute, but I think people put too much into it sometimes, though. Like, they make it seem like it gotta be done.
I look at it like, hey, you want to post it on the internet, it's cool, but I look at people who be like, in the comments, I'm like, man, I wish that was me, or you don't understand what that family been through. They could have just cussed each other out. They could have been throwing up dirty laundry on the table. They could have been just bickering and arguing, like wild shit. And you talking about, could they post a picture and got some likes? And it went viral or something?
Yeah.
Or these AI pictures that's being generated, now they got AI. So you see this family in pajamas.
I hate AI so bad.
So now you got people in pajamas in a ugly Christmas sweaters, fresh in the living room, taking pictures, and you sad and disappointed in your life. You like, damn, I wish I had that. They hate each other. They don't like each other. They talk behind each other back. All type of shit.
I will say, I don't know if I'm the only person who saw this happen, but pajamas was a thing for families, like tradition, like that's been a thing for a long time. I think it just got taken out of the true meaning and tradition that people were doing it for, just for the likes and the attention now. But I remember I went and hung out with some distant family, that family I see all the time, and they had a pajama theme going on, and I walked in like, dang, I ain't get the memo about the pajamas. But it wasn't like I felt left out. I was just happy to be around the family. So I think people put more into things than they should, and that's why a lot of folks be trying to make any and everything a goal. I wanna do that. I wish that was me. Do it. But don't be doing it because other people doing it.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like it's just trending. Like they're just trying to get likes and views. You don't know what these people are going through.
Right.
These people got people probably been molested in this family, and they got dirty family secrets.
And they gotta go pose with these people in a photo. Yeah.
And they gotta say hi to people, and they got antagonists in the family, destroying the family. They got Dirty Johnny and Dirty Rodney in the family because they got likes and views, and you ready to goddamn delete yourself and jump off a bridge because you ain't got nobody with you on Christmas. What the hell?
I agree.
You better get you some blow pops, some ice cream, and some goddamn popcorn.
Man said blow pops. I'm screaming.
Man, you better be thankful, man. These people, the people who taking pictures with these people don't even like each other.
That's true.
They don't even they only call each other. They don't even call each other like this. They don't even meet up except on.
Especially for holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas. I'm not mad family want to get together and hang out, but I definitely feel like if you ain't been talking to these people most of the year, why you on your head to go be around these people? Like,
not to say you gotta talk to your family all the time.
I mean, I agree, but still talk to them on a regular because then it won't feel so pressured to be around for the holidays. If you can't, for whatever reason, you can't. But I feel like a lot of people, they like on their heads to go be around family because they don't talk to this family 9 times out of 10 any other time.
I don't really speak. I speak to them, but I used to live with my family so much. It's like I gotta do my own thing now. But if you got distant family members, I would say you wouldn't really speak to like that. Don't feel pressure to do it.
Yeah.
People gotta learn how to say no, man. I think around the holidays it'll be the. Do you feel like around the holidays be the most time people get into arguments and fights? I feel like people bringing up stuff from the past, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Family members fighting.
Holiday? Was you at my Thanksgiving dinner or something? Cause you.
I know what goes on, especially in the black community.
It's
you said
real,
what?
bro. It's real. You speaking that stuff, but it's real. And I think that's just also because we do not encourage ourselves enough to talk to each other and talk about the things that happened in the past that really bothers us to this day. We don't learn to forgive. We hold on to stuff and be just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's very important that we learn to talk to our family and talk about the things that bother us. But in the black community, we so quick to be like, that's your elder, respect your elder.
Yeah, that's your mama. I just did a video. Your mother calls you pain and chaos. You couldn't even get $5 extra from your field trip. And you so... You know what? I read a quote one time. You know what this quote said?
What is that?
Loyalty and logic can be best friends or they can be mortal enemies.
Absolutely.
I let that sink in.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gotta let it sink in because I'm here with it on that with you because people don't use their logic a lot, and also people aren't loyal. They always thinking on how they can either get something from you, whatever the case may be. And honestly, I want them people, if you just simply ask me, if you really love me, you really cool with me like how you say you are, just simply ask me and I'll tell you yes or no. And if I tell you no, I'm sure I got a reason for the reason of me saying no.
But for some reason in the community, people feel like they owe their parents something. You didn't ask to be here. You didn't ask to come into this world. Your parents had unprotected shit, whether it was planned or unplanned, you decided to be here. So many people are like lapdogs and people pleasers are addicted to approval addiction. They're trying to please their loved ones and please their family. You know what I do now? When somebody say they need emergency or I need some, I wait 2.5 weeks to a month till it blows over. Cause most likely they asking for money. So I wait cause guess what? People get paid every 2 weeks, right? Most likely, or every week or so. So I wait till the paycheck come. Oh, I done took care of that. Alright, bet, bye. And I hang up the fucking phone. I be like, bro, I just got your message. I've been so busy ripping and running. What happened? Oh, I done took care of that. Alright, good. I'm glad you're okay. Bye, I love you. Boom.
I'm gonna only say this, just not out of jokes, not even seriousness. I'm kind of glad you ain't my cousin, because stuff happens, man. Stuff happens. Sometimes I need to call somebody and be like, "Hey, let me borrow it real quick."
I'm not giving money to people because guess what? If the bank couldn't give it to you, why the hell should I give it to you?
Ooh, you tough. You run a tight ship over there. You run a real.
If the bank didn't do it, you got a job. You well able and bodied. You need to do it.
I mean,
I look at it like, but my thing is this: how much money is enough money though?
I mean,
let me answer that question.
Hold on, wait. Before you even say that, if your cousin say, "Hey man, I don't get paid till Friday. I got this today.
I ain't got it.
I just need $50.
I ain't got it.
$20 to go do Uber Eats to make the rest of the money.
I ain't got it.
You tough. You
tough. You can judge me. You can say what you want about it. I'm just saying.
Your feelings is that. I'm
saying I ain't got it. Because I look at it, then you gonna keep coming back. See, you got certain people. Now, certain times, everybody had to ask family members for money. I had to ask one of my god people for money a few years ago, or whatever. But
now, what if they was like, I ain't got it? Sorry.
I had to live with it. I had to do what I got to do, or I had to make some shit shake. But at the end of the day, though, I never asked for nothing, though. I've never asked for nothing from her a day in my life, or whatever the case may be. And that was one of my godparents right there. So that was something totally different. However, I look at it, you got these mooches out here who always want to ask for something here and there. They only call around and ask for something. Always asking for something. Then you got they like slowly. Then you got the people who constantly ask for something every chance they get. I had an old buddy of mine I used to work with. He used to be, not even my friend, some guy I used to work with. First time I met him, he asked me for money. I looked out for him. So that's when I learned something right there. Giving money to people ain't gonna satisfy people. It don't.
Absolutely not.
You just create a beast. They feel more entitled to it. I ain't saying you can't look out for people. I look at it like this.
Discernment. You have to have discernment.
Yeah. I feel like if they don't ask you, that's the time you need to give it to them. That's when they
the reason I say you have to have discernment is because I know me. I've been in some real tough situations.
We all have. We all have.
I'll figure it out one way or another. But if it wasn't for certain family, certain friends, I don't always go to them and be like, hey, let me borrow something. Da, da, da. But everybody who knows me know I work hard for everything I get and do. So if I really have fixed my mouth to call, text, see you in person and ask you or something, it took every strength in my bones to ask you, because I don't ask people for nothing. I will go broke and dang to be homeless before I have to ask you, but I will if I got to. So for somebody to know that I really need it and they're like, yeah, no, not my problem, sorry, but it's gonna hurt my feelings, but guess what? I'm not gonna hold it against you. I'm just gonna go figure it out.
That's another damn thing. It's very they ask you for money, you say no. But I look at it like this: get down a debt and poverty mindset is a mentality, because I can't just keep giving you money. You have to figure out a way to manage your money, or increase your money, or decrease your spending habits. This is what this is about. Just giving money to people ain't gonna solve it. You know what I just read the other day? Elon Musk is almost worth $1 billion, almost worth $1 trillion.
I was just saying, he about to be a trillionaire.
He got over 800 billion or something. You know, Elon Musk could give everybody $1 million and still have 200 damn billion left over.
Tell me something I don't know, but you preaching though.
But guess what? He ain't gonna do it because he know his poverty mindset ain't gonna fix it. Him giving $1 million.
People are greedy. It's not about
people. You can't satisfy people. It ain't never enough for some motherfuckers. They always want more.
I'm not saying Elon gotta go and give out all the money he did. And
it ain't gonna help people.
Hold on. All I'm saying is people have to realize, just because he has that type of money, it is not his duty to the world to give it away.
He's not obligated. People feel like they obligated to your pockets.
It should not be nobody in this world that got that amount of type of money. For what? For what? For what? There's no reason you should have that type of money. And I don't say that because I'm a person who's going without and I want his money, but just overall, what can you, in your lifetime, your kid's lifetime, your wife's lifetime, your kids' lifetime, they can't even spend all that money. For real. They could try and still would have money.
I'm saying that's a better way to help. He could give out that money and help the world and help the economy, but he's not going to do it.
I'm saying he should have never been able to get to that point in the first place.
Why do you feel that way?
Because overall, this is what you got to remember. When it comes to people who have touched a certain amount of money, I'm not talking about millionaires who go almost above the millionaire and drop below. I'm talking about people who are billionaires almost touching trillions. People who are billionaires. There should not be that much money in the world that you can touch only because you did not work every single hour of the day to get there. You did something enough to get to a certain point to where you were over people who are now working for you. And then you got more businesses to where they are now working for you. People are working for you, making money for you. You
figured out a way to scam the system. You figured out a legal way.
So it's a scam. My thing is, if we are all out here working to try to get ahead, I don't want to be a billionaire. My goal is not to be a billionaire in this world. My goal is to be financially free, to where if I want to go and take a trip, I can go take a trip whenever I want to. If I want to go and feed everybody in my family for Thanksgiving, I can do that if I want to. I never said I want to be a billionaire. I don't even got to be a millionaire.
I know if I had that type of money, I'd probably do it because I want to see people win whatever they do with it. That's just me. I always want to help the people.
There's not enough people. Mimi, what's up, girl?
Don't read the comments.
I love Mimi, but I'm just saying overall, like people who touch money like that, it was never in their mind. I want to get this type of money to where I can give back. They say stuff like that. They got all these charities.
I don't feel entitled to people. I don't really feel entitled. I don't feel like nobody owes me anything. I don't really have expectations.
It's not about them owing you anything.
And I don't really have have a whole lot of expectations from people, because people gonna let you down though, regardless. But at the end of the day,
gonna let you down.
Yeah. People are gonna be people. However, I mean, I look at it like with that type of money, even if he did give out that kind of money, I still don't think people make all the right choices with it. They'll still end up back flat broke.
That's their fault. If today, somebody, even if it wasn't Elon, somebody said, hey, I'm going to give everybody in the United States $1 million, and whatever you choose to do with it, that's your business, right? If everybody got $1 million and they messed up their $1 million and now they crying, oh man, I messed up, can I get some more? No! You had your chance. If you messed it up, that's your fault. But they're never gonna do that because if everybody had $1 million, nothing would be worth nothing. Nothing will be worth nothing because everybody can get it. Everything could be obtained.
Most businesses will probably fail because then people have financial freedom and they could invest the money properly, or they could, you know what I'm saying, start their own thing going on. So they know the economy will crumble or whatever. But I don't really care for Elon Musk. He said some evil things about the George Floyd. He said those people from George Floyd should be released, and I ain't rocking with that shit. But I always feel like people with that type of money, they had to do something shady or had to do any sexual act.
Absolutely.
They had to do something,
Absolutely.
bro. And I only realized ain't no black man with that type of money though. Only a white man.
We have morals. We have morals. We are literally very ethical. We have ethics about how we live in this world. We are empathetic. Black people have more than most people have when it just comes down to not even the physical things. It's about what's up here. So much.
Right. We're gonna move on from that. Now, this is what a woman said. I'm gonna let you watch the video.
So, like, it's being looked at as a bad thing that a woman doesn't want to do 50-50, but considering, like, when I was a young girl, my granddad took care of my grandma. She never had to work. And back in the day, that was, like, an actual thing. When a man can retire his wife or his woman, he made it in life, you know? But now it's like, that's not even a goal in life for men anymore. They don't want to be provider or protectors. And I feel like that's why you don't want to be a man, for real, you know? Like, I don't understand that logic. I don't think it's a bad thing for a woman not wanting to work all the time. Like, give her opportunity to work on her own goals and help level y'all both up and build a foundation. Like, it's not like we're about to be twirling our thumbs just spending the money. No, we're actually going to be doing work, just not working at an actual job where we have to be at all hours of the day, like a man does. I don't see what's the problem with that.
Hey, you agree with or disagree with that?
I agree, and I only agree because I don't come from a household where I had a father provided and protected. I didn't come from a family where I had a grandfather to look up to who was provided and protected. But I know what a man is supposed to do when it comes to upholding their family, making sure their family is strong, they're set. That's what men are supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do. But I also feel like a lot of women think 50-50 or not. Like, I don't look at 50-50 as I pay half, you pay half. My 50-50 is if you're paying all the bills, I'm taking care of the home. I'm making sure you have something to come home to. Peace, dinner, love. And I'm also working on the back end to make sure there are finances that are happening. There's some type of income and finances happening to where if you did decide you don't want to work and you want to quit your job, we still got back end money happening. But I don't feel like a lot of people understand that just because a man is choosing to take care of everything down to the bills, to you don't got to spend no money if you don't want to, you still got to be doing something. So my 50-50 ain't I'm doing half, you doing I'm doing half the bills, you doing half the bills. My 50-50 is I don't want to work and I'm taking care of you.
So let me ask you this though. How would you describe a provider?
A provider
a protector, I mean.
A protector is you are a present man in the home. As in, I shouldn't feel unsafe in my own home. Like if somebody came and robbed me, I knew my man would not be nowhere to be found. Oh, a protector is something. If we out going on a date, you know what side of the road I'm supposed to be standing on. If something were to happen, you know what your roles are as a protector. There are a lot of men who do not know how to lead. They don't know how to lead. You have to be able to know how to lead to be a protector. You could lead us both to damnation. You could lead us to being broke, poor, and homeless. To be a protector, you have to have the knowledge of how to take care of someone, something, everything. As a woman, I do the same. I protect you. I watch your back like you watch mine.
I feel like a lot of women, for the most part, looking at these men to be crash dummies and throw their lives away just to say.
Hell no. If I'm a certified crash out and I can't control my mouth and I'm always someone starting drama, I would understand why a man might not see me worthy as enough to be a wife. Because I'm out here starting so much drama all the time. You can't protect me all the time. I could be going to get gas while you at working because I called somebody all out their name. Now they trying to shoot me at a gas pump. You can't protect me. I'm unprotectable because I won't allow myself to be protected.
But I look at it.
You gotta know when and when. You gotta know when and where. You gotta know how to carry yourself as a woman.
I just look at men to be bodyguards and be certified crash outs. That's how I feel. But I look at it this: without guidance, how can somebody protect these women out here? They don't have any guidance. Guidance is the best protection. Prayer is the best protection.
That is true. The woman and the man should be praying for each other at all times. At all times. When my man leave, I pray for him to and from work. Even if he don't got a certified job, if he a hustler, if he a street hustler, I can't tell him how to bring the money in. But I'm praying for my man every time.
There's a whole conversation.
As a black man, it's nothing safe out here for a black man.
Ain't nobody should be dealing in the. If you taking street risks out here in 2025, you's a damn fool. You still has a job, bro. Get a job, man.
I can't tell nobody what to do with their life.
Are you dealing with street guys?
We're not speaking on my love life, but no, I don't. Listen, I'm 27. I'm too close to 30 to be out here still dealing with street men, okay? But we ain't talking about my life.
Man, if you dealing with street guys, you need to get off the toilet. You need to stop shitting on yourself. It's 2000, man. All these jobs out here and opportunity. If you want to be in the streets, bro, you's a damn fool.
I personally like blue collar men or entrepreneurs.
Like this is another video right here of a father cutting his son's hair
because
who want to cut up in school repeatedly and get bad grades and don't want to listen and be a class clown, and then we're gonna give him a reason to cut up. This is new haircut, and depending on how he act, it will be dependent upon I leave it in there because he going to school tomorrow. I'll give you a ride tomorrow to make sure you make it. Ain't even no catching no bus. Buddy, you going to school. You can bet that.
Do you think this is appropriate?
I don't agree with that.
Why don't you agree with
that? Because humiliating your child just because they want to act up at school, yes, you might feel like your child humiliating you as a parent, but you do not do that to your child. You do not do that to your child. You don't. If you got that child look like that child is at least 10 or under, maybe 11, 12 at most. That child can still get whoopings. That child still can get whoopings. And if that's not working, then you got to do something else. But shaving their head and humiliating them at school, I don't agree with that. That's like that. I'm gonna sit here and say that if I was a girl and I'm going to school and acting up, and I don't wear wigs at no young age. I don't wear weave at no young age. But that's like my mama cutting my hair into a bob and I got long, beautiful, pretty hair and cutting my hair because I'm going to school and talking all the time or laughing all the time. I don't agree with that. You do not punish a child by their looks, by their confidence, because they don't have good behavior. That's something you need to look in the mirror and realize why your child don't have good behavior. What are you not doing as a parent to make sure that this child is behaved? I don't know how old you are, but I know when 28. I was in school. Okay, so you 28, I'm 27.
We the same age, baby.
We basically the same age. I got in trouble for talking, for laughing, for not knowing when to shut the hell up. But not now time did I ever come home and not get a whooping or not be put on punishment. And I went back to school and was still getting in trouble for the same stuff. I ain't saying that I didn't still do the same stuff and still get in trouble, but it wasn't every single day. My mother put fear in me. Not that I was terrified to call CPS, but she put fear in me. She knew how to instill that. Also, my parents had ethics and morals. My granny made sure if I went out there doing what I need to do, my granny could look at me just like this and say, I'm disappointed, and I'll bust out crying. Because the last thing I wanted to do was disappoint my granny.
Well, let me say this right here, though. I don't think the father went too far with it. First of all, we gotta understand why he's acting out. I don't believe humiliation, shame, embarrassment. That's another thing. I had parents that did that with me. Shame and embarrassing your children and other kids is not good.
It's not.
It's definitely not good parenting conduct or good parenting style. It's terrible. And guilt and shaming your damn kids. A lot of parents say, I'm ashamed of you. You ought to be ashamed. I don't think that's good either. condemning and being condescending is not
that's
good.
not, no.
And fear in your kids ain't good either. Put in fear. They should put respect in the children, not fear.
You should definitely be speaking to your children positively and building them up. But I also feel like when you raise your child or not raise your child in the best way, they can come out doing these type of things to where they are embarrassing you and making you feel whatever you feeling when you get these calls or whatever. Because I don't have any kids, but I have friends with kids, and we're all about the same age. And my friends ain't never told me their child went to school and did nothing outlandish like that.
But I also feel like kids gonna be kids at the end of the day. Children gonna be children. You gotta give your kids grace.
Exactly, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, I have a friend whose kid who's been suspended for fighting and all type of that. Did she ever shave their head? No. She beat their butt and took their phone and took their PS5.
I don't even believe in beatings. I don't even believe in beatings.
Let me not say beat, because I know some people be like, oh my God, CPS.
Teach his own though.
Teach his own. But there is a certain level in disciplining your child that is a very thin line to abuse, and that's discipline. I feel like anytime I said I was beat as a child, it was discipline, because I never came to school with whips, bruises, cuts, scars, none of that. Everything was within discipline, the discipline world. When you start going to school with whips and bruises and things, that's beat. You're being beat and you are being abused. And
that's some people take it too far. You can't do that. Back in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, but now it's political. I don't believe that's okay. Beat the hell. You know, there's a lot of people in prison that used to get their ass whooped and tore up, and they end up in prison. So that don't enforce discipline and structure in a child.
And that's another thing. I feel like, because my mother was also like this, after a certain point she realized whooping me wasn't necessarily not helping or helping. It was more like, it hurts me more to do this to you. What she started making me do, when I would come home, I got a bad grade. I've been talking. I've been laughing.
Kids gonna be kids.
Yeah, but what she would do is she would unplug that TV, take the TV cord, take the radio, take the phone, go in there and do your homework. Go in there and read a book. Go in there and do something that is positive reinforcement. And overall, when you get tired of doing stuff like that, you gonna act right.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna move on. Now, a woman speaks after she had lent her car to her friend while she was out of town, and this happened. The car looked like this right here. What you do if your friend do that to your vehicle?
We gonna start off on some peacefulness, because I'm a very peaceful, wholesome person. The fact that you didn't get it fixed before I got back, it's already an indicator that you're probably not gonna get it fixed, but we still gonna talk about it. And then after you say what you say, whether you gonna fix it or not fix it, that's when either I'm finna have to go to church and pray and hope that I can get this fixed in the best manner, or I'm finna go to jail. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because either way, it's not gonna be fixing. Yes, going to jail ain't solving nothing, but it's gonna make me feel better. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm finna beat you down.
I'm gonna look at it. That's why I ain't lending my car. But I mean, my insurance. I don't know if your insurance will be able to take care of it, type shit.
You would hope, but also you weren't driving that car.
All you gotta do is lie and say a deer hit you. Man.
I mean, I do believe that too. So I mean, that's why I say I can't really say it unless I was at that moment in that perspective. But best believe, I hope jail ain't what ends up, but I'm probably gonna fight you, only because it's more of, I don't lend my car to really anybody. The only time you might be able to drive my car is if I'm sitting in the passenger seat and I can't drive. That's the closest you get. But me lending you my car while I'm gone, the only person who's ever came closer, that's my mother.
Right.
I'll still be swing her, but no, I don't lend my car out.
For sure. Yeah. And a man who dedicated his over 21 years to McDonald's receive a bicycle in return.
I thought I knew.
What's your thoughts on that?
Hey, you would think a corporation like McDonald's would be able to provide more, but this is the thing that you have to understand in that McDonald's did not give that man nothing. It was not McDonald's that gave him that. It was what the people could get together and give him, and that's what I would be grateful for, is the fact that y'all actually cared enough to help me. Even if all y'all could get me was a bike, I'm still grateful. But overall, for that man to work for McDonald's for 20 years and as a corporation, they didn't care to give him nothing. That shows you already why you should not work for corporations.
I mean, that's terrible. You work 20 years and get a damn bike. Some people get flat screen TVs. That's why it's good to get jobs with get a 401k or a pension or retirement. Because McDonald's is not a job. It's a short term. It's a job for people with records, felonies, and high school students and college students. Those are those type of jobs for people like that.
Yeah.
Those ain't jobs you work really long term unless you become a GM or own a franchise. But if you ain't,
that should be your goal, but sometimes people already struggling, right? They already struggling. They making do with what they can with these checks that they get it every 2 weeks. So it's hard to try to work yourself up into a point of being a chain owner or a G. You probably could become a GM, but overall you might not be a chain owner. You might be a regional manager. You know, those are the goals you should aspire to after working so long for corporations like that. But hey, some people are content with just being where they are. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They are content with that.
right. Now there's another video that went viral with this girl talking about. I'm gonna play it.
And find not one single show that portrays my community in a positive light. We used to have Martin, we had Living Single, we had Sister, we had all that. We had a different world where black people was at college. We could see that on the Cosby Show, this black man is a doctor, so I can go be a doctor if I want to. Carl Winslow was a police officer. I could go be a police officer if I want to. We don't have not a single show that portrays us in a positive light. The whole Power Book series is so good. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a very good series. It's very interesting. The storyline is great. But in all of them, we drug dealers and murderers. It ain't a single show. A little black girl can't turn on the TV and see a mama and a daddy in a household thriving. It's either us doing something that's bad or it's reality TV, which is just showing black women fight other black women over nothing, like men. We even had cartoons like the Proud Family. We had That's So Raven. We had stuff that portrays the black community in a positive light. We don't have that anymore. And it's a certain aura that you get when you watch stuff like that. Like, dang, I wish I was around during those times. But now when you turn on the TV, it is not a single show that you can go to that is portraying black people in a positive way. Even Tyler Perry can't get it together.
What's your thoughts on that right there?
I totally agree 100%. I personally have been saying this for a long time, especially when baddies, not Bad Girls Club, baddies became a thing. I was sick to my stomach. I don't really watch TV for real. If I watch anything, it's just because I really want to. People have been talking good about some stuff. Like the last movie I watched was Predator. It was good. It was real good. But shows, these kids don't have anybody positive to look up to. There's no teen stars they can look up to. There's no shows that I've even seen that's for black children. I mean, they got some for the babies. I think it's called Grace Corner or something like that. But they don't have nothing positive for these people, for these children. And it's so unfortunate. And they wonder why these middle schoolers, they got bust down wigs longer than mine. They wear full face of makeup. They want to go to school of True Religion and Versace and all of these name brands. They don't. We had Limited Too. We had Aeropostale, Baby Fat. Like, we had stuff that we really wanted to wear. Yeah, Polo, all that. We had stuff that people could want to wear as a teenager that wasn't busting our parents' pockets too hard. Now they want to wear makeup. They want to do everything that we are doing as adults, because they don't have nobody to look up to. I never forget, I heard a 12-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl talking about she loved Krishan. Almost fell on my seat.
That snapping-tooth, saber-tooth bastard.
Like, I am disappointed at how far we have came, because there's nothing positive left to look up to. There's nothing positive for these people to want to aspire to be like. And honestly, as an upcoming creator, content creator, that's my goal. That's my goal, to be somebody positive that these younger generations want to look to. I'm not perfect, but at the end of the day, I'm real. I'm real, and if somebody's going to look up to me, I want to be able to tell them, this ain't what you want, baby. That's not what you should be wanting to do at 12, 13, 14 years old or younger. Do better. Do better than what you're seeing on TV. I hate baddies so bad because literally people audition.
That's the show that be on Zeus, ain't it? Hold on, wait, slow down. What about Blueface? Ain't Blueface got a show, something called Show too?
He did. It's terrible too. Got women auditioning to come and be his girl, and they fight.
Ain't it like basically like Flavor Flav type, or it's like the same type of style? It's basically we already had this show years ago. We had Flavor Flav type of shit. Chance of Love.
You know what's also different from that to then? They're on Zeus. Zeus don't tell them to keep it to a minimum. They allow a lot of that stuff to be aired. When on Flavor Flav, Chance and Love, I love New York, all of them, you could get the fight and cuss people out. They was bleeping out people cussing. So you could put in your mind what you think they saying, but you don't really know exactly. People was fighting, boom, 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 cut the scene. They on to something else.
What about Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
What about it? It's
keeping up with the Kardashians more than their own kids.
I mean, but that's for them people who like watching that nonsense. They sit around talking about what rich people do, what they can afford to do, and yeah.
Real Housewives of Atlanta, New York, New Jersey.
My mother loves all that trash TV. She loves all the Housewives. Personally,
Sex in the City.
Sex in the City really wasn't too bad. It was just.
Oh, it was bad. It was very toxic. Toxicity.
I mean, it was toxic, but I feel like Sex in the City was a real insight on how a lot of women are living their life.
Yeah, being whores, skeezers. And blaming men for their actions. Girlfriends. Yeah, girlfriends.
Oh no, too far. Too far.
Yeah.
No, because this is another thing with Girlfriends. Girlfriends showed an array of different women that all came from different backgrounds, different career placements, and it showed what it's like to be a woman. Not saying you gotta sleep with everybody, but if you really think women ain't out here getting they feel to figure out what they want and don't want, you a dummy. You a dummy. And if you sit here and take the time to sit here and degrade women because they enjoy sex just like other people do, you a dummy. You disrespectful.
I ain't got no problem with them enjoying sex, but don't blame men for your problems. You chose those.
Men do come with problems. Just like
they chose those type of men. They could have been wives and could have been wives and had husbands, but you choose bad boys and good dick over a good man.
That's just like men choose hoes.
But men ain't complaining though. You don't see men making videos and playing. God damn, I can't. We already accepted it and made amends with it. We know what it is.
Not all men. There's some men who be out here hurt that they found out they woman did slept with several people before them, or that they woman went and broken up about the fact they broke up and they went and found something else.
Well, who are making more videos in their car about relationships, about they can't find a good man, where all the men go, and
you can't classify all women the same just because they choose to talk about their shortcomings.
I'm just saying, but they chose that though. They chose this.
But you know, men are more happy being alone than women are. Men will be more happy out here slanging they pee-pee to everything they can touch and be happy about it. Women, we don't take pride in sleeping with men and just being upset that the men were not sugar honey iced tea. We found that out after we done gave it out, and then it's like, dang, we thought we actually had something good going, and we don't. Yeah, we sad. Yeah, we mad.
Okay, we gotta move on to the next one. People was camped out buying the Gamma 11 Jordan.
Dumb.
They were sitting outside since 11 o'clock at night till in the morning.
That reminds me of middle school. Dumb. I ain't never in my life found that.
I ain't gonna call them dumb because people try to do with their money, but I just don't understand. People say the economy is bad, or the economy is in, devastating spot when people are out buying Jordans. So I don't think the economy is that bad, but how you feel about it?
I think people will choose to distract themselves with whatever they feel like to make sure that they don't see